Meow, my friends. It seems Santa's getting some high-tech neighbours this Christmas. NATO's decided to build a fancy new treehouse in his backyard, and by treehouse, I mean a state-of-the-art amphibious warfare hub. That's right. On November 30th, 2024, NATO officially cut the ribbon on their shiny new war toys up north, because nothing says peace on earth quite like military expansion in the land of reindeer and elves. This isn't your average igloo, folks. We're talking about a facility in Srreisa, Norway that can deploy forces faster than you can say polar bear. NATO Secretary General Jens Stoltenberg, with all the enthusiasm of a penguin discovering ice, declared, "We are adapting to a changing security environment and we must be ready to defend every inch of Allied territory." Because nothing says swift response like waddling through snow in combat boots. Meanwhile, Russia's been busy turning the Arctic into its personal winter wonderland. They've been renovating old Soviet bases faster than you can say glasnost, probably adding hot tubs and minibars to make those long, cold nights more bearable. In fact, they've remilitarized over 50 military installations and even declared their northern fleet a separate military district. It's like they're playing Monopoly, but with actual real estate and the potential for global thermonuclear war. Fun times. But let's not forget the real prize here, my friends. Resources. The Arctic isn't just a giant ice cube tray. It's potentially sitting on 13% of the world's undiscovered oil and 30% of its undiscovered natural gas. That's enough fossil fuel to keep your SUV running until the polar bears evolve into submarines. No wonder they're getting territorial. It's like watching two kids fight over the last popsicle in the freezer, except the kids are nuclear superpowers, and the popsicle is an entire region of the planet. And speaking of icy tensions, let's talk about that Northern Sea route. Thanks to our good friend climate change, this frosty highway is becoming more navigable by the day. It's like nature's very own Panama Canal, except instead of palm trees, you've got icebergs, and instead of tropical breezes, you've got wind chill that'll freeze your eyeballs. But hey, it could cut shipping times between Europe and Asia by up to 40%. Who needs a tropical vacation when you can take a scenic cruise past Russian military installations? Meow. Let's not forget about the people who actually call this frozen wasteland home. The Inuit and other indigenous populations are watching their ancestral lands become the set for Game of Thrones Arctic Edition. These communities are already dealing with overcrowded housing, lack of clean water and food insecurity. Meow, they've got to worry about getting caught in the crossfire of a new Cold War. Talk about adding frostbite to injury. I hear they're considering unionising and demanding fish-based compensation. Can't blame them, really. Oh, and let's not forget China, lurking in the background like that weird kid who always wants to join in but no one invited. They've declared themselves a near-Arctic state, which is like me declaring myself a near-millionaire because I once found $1 on the street. They're even planning a polar silk road. I guess Santa's workshop wasn't producing enough toys for them. NATO's new hub comes equipped with state-of-the-art ice-breaking capabilities. Because nothing says we come in peace like smashing through frozen barriers at high speed. This fancy new facility can deploy forces in just 5 hours, down from 30. 5 hours, folks. That's faster than my pizza delivery on a good day. I guess when you're racing Russia to claim the North Pole, every minute counts. Santa's workshop might need to invest in some anti-aircraft defences. But seriously, my friends, this isn't just about military posturing. The environmental impact of all this sabre rattling is no joke. Increased military activity in the region is threatening fragile ecosystems and wildlife. It's like we're hosting a monster truck rally in a china shop, except the china shop is one of the most delicate environments on Earth. At this rate, we might not need to worry about climate change melting the ice caps. The sheer friction from all these military manoeuvres might do the job first. NATO's been busy with exercises like Cold Response and Arctic Challenge. I hear the Russians countered with Polar Bear Hug and Iceberg Limbo. The stakes are high, but the names are questionable. It's a game of geopolitical ice hockey, and everyone's vying for the Stanley Iceberg. There's something called UNCLOS, the UN Convention on the Law of the Sea. It's like a rulebook for who gets to claim what in the ocean. But in the Arctic, it seems more like guidelines for a very high-stakes game of capture the iceberg. Even the fish need lawyers these days. And with all these military forces converging on the Arctic, I just hope someone remembered to bring a Russian to English dictionary. Nothing starts a war quite like a game of geopolitical telephone gone wrong. And let's not forget the technological challenges of operating in the Arctic. I can't help but wonder if they've considered the real enemy here. Frostbite. I mean, have you ever tried to pull a trigger while wearing mittens? It's like trying to text with boxing gloves on, except instead of sending the wrong emoji, you might accidentally start World War III. Of course, all this Arctic action isn't happening in a vacuum. The ongoing conflict in Ukraine has NATO on high alert, leading to this polar push. It's like they're playing a global game of Risk, and the Arctic is the bonus territory everyone's fighting over. Even within NATO, there's debate about how much military presence is needed up north. Some countries are all in, while others are more hesitant. It's like they can't agree on how many penguins they need to defend against. Personally, I think one well-trained polar bear could probably do the job. But what do I know? I'm just a cat in a suit. If you're enjoying this Arctic adventure, don't forget to hit that like button faster than a polar bear on an ice floe. And subscribe before this channel gets frozen out by the algorithm. Well, my friends, as we watch this icy chess game unfold, remember to stay frosty and maybe invest in some thermal underwear. It seems the Cold War is making a comeback, and this time it's literal. Until next time, keep your eyes on the skies and the ice. Stay tuned for our next update. I'm Ron de Parmesan reporting for Newscats. Thanks for watching.